Hello everyone, this is Leah Dixon. I am coming to you live from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. This is my regular Tuesday morning Facebook Live. I'm just going to pop a little comment in here, so hopefully as you guys pop on and say hi, I'll be able to see your comments come on up and I'll know who's live with me and all of that, and hopefully we don't have too many technical difficulties today. Good morning, Janice. We're still waiting for our new router to show up, so hopefully in the meantime we're not going to be too bogged down. Let's just see here. Okay, get that scrolling. Oh, lots of pop-ups this morning. Weird. Okay. Good morning, Gail. Hi from Saskatchewan. I guess it's not morning anymore. It's lunchtime there. Almost. All right, so today I have a really cute card for you using the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. I always find that one really hard to say. So I am going to switch my screen view over to my desktop so that you guys can see what I'm doing on there. So let's see if that's switched. All right. So I think that worked. So this is the card that we are going to create today. It is using the Butterfly Bijou 6x6 designer series paper. And hopefully I still have you guys here. Hi, Lila. So this is the designer series paper that comes in that butterfly collection. And I've just used the die to cut them out. So I'm not actually going to do it for you, but I'm going to bring the paper out and give you guys a little peek at what that paper looks like, because it is just so beautiful. Some of you have actually signed up for my butterfly stamp camp that's coming up. And so you guys will be getting a half pack of this, because there's like, seriously, I think you get 8 of each. So a half pack means you get 4 of each of these designs. So one side is like all these butterflies, and then the other side, oops, the other side, good morning, Martine, is all of these gorgeous patterns. But the coolest one, let me just collect all those, is this one that perfectly coordinates with the dies. So you get all these beautiful dies, but one of them is this giant butterfly set. And when you lay it down there, this fits perfectly through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it cuts out all of those butterflies. Oh, thanks, Jill. Good morning. So yeah, that's the paper that we're using. I've pre-cut mine because as I've cut for other projects, you end up with all the extra butterflies. And so I'm just using 2 of the butterflies that we pre-cut. Now the stamp set I'm using is the Itty Bitty Greetings. There's so many greetings in this. They actually package it in 2 boxes. And although they're tiny, which those kinds of sentiments can be harder to work with, I love the fact that I literally have a sentiment for everything. Like, I'm not a big one to go and buy a Halloween stamp set, but now I've got a trick or treat. I'm not going to go buy a Hanukkah stamp set, but now I have Happy Hanukkah. So you kind of get the idea, the Easter blessings, you know, that card I made yesterday. Love those bunnies and that Wildly Happy set. I'm not going to go buy an Easter set though. So now I can make an Easter card for the few people that I need to make one for. Retirement, like just so many great things. You can actually find this on page 44 of your large catalog. So kind of this week I'm going to show you how to use those small sentiments without you know, having them really get lost on the card front. All right, so here we go. I am going to just grab a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. That's all that we've got going on here. I'm going to grab my E-block, my acrylic block. I'm not even putting any stamps on there. I am also going to grab my Bermuda Bay ink. And when I figured this one out, I was just amazed. I'm going to take this ink pad directly to my E-block and just give a little push down and a lift. Now you want to lift pretty straight up. So now that oh, actually, I'll be able to cover that up with the butterfly. I kind of slid there, and so it left that line. But that's going to get covered with a butterfly, so I don't actually care. So you see how the ink didn't really like fully stick to the block. It kind of went all blotchy. That's exactly what we want. Now this is where we actually have to do some lining up. I'm going to line up that block of ink onto my card and push down. And then lift straight up. And what I've done is I've just created this crazy background. Now you can see there's some ink left on here. I would probably clean that off if I were going to make a second card doing this, just because I don't want to end up with not straight lines. Like I like that it's that straight look from the ink pad that we're seeing there. So I'm going to set that to the side. You can just rinse that under warm water or grab a baby wipe and clean it off. But now we have this really cool background to work with. So I've got my pre-cut little butterflies here. So I'm just going to grab the two that I want to use for this card and put the other ones away right now before I forget to and lose them. There we go. And so this really would work with any of our new design ink pads. They're not that new anymore, I guess, but not the old ones. You might actually, it might still work, but you'd get a different texture. I like this dotted texture. So, oops, I just dropped some adhesives. That's no good. Just looking for some dimensionals. There we go. I'm going to need mini ones as well for this project. And I'm going to pop my butterflies on with some dimensionals, and that's going to cover up some of the imperfections, although the imperfections really are what makes this background cool. There we go. And voila, that one like that. And this one down here. So this card is really, truly like the simplest little card. There's really not much to it. But I think because of that background, it really, makes a statement. All right, so now we're going to grab our sentiments. Now, I already made a Happy Mother's Day one for my sample, and I tend not to send my own mom and Noah's mom the same card. So I might actually just switch up the sentiments, but we'll see if there's anything else that I need right now. I actually don't, so maybe I'll just make another Mother's Day one, and then I'll have one to sell. So there we go. So yeah, I do sell my cards as well. If you ever see me create something and you think, oh, that's gorgeous, but I don't want that stamp set or whatever, I do sell my cards. $4 a piece, or 3 for $10. All right, so now I've got my Happy Mother's Day there. I'm just going to grab a scrap of basic white. Oh my goodness. Flashing back to the old stuff. So some basic white. And I'm going to ink this up with my memento. Stamp that. And now we are going to cut this out. Now, this is where you kind of make or break your card. You can just kind of cut a straight little label or use a punch, but I wanted, because it's a Mother's Day card, I really wanted to kind of step it up a notch. So I'm using, now I forgot to bring these over. Here we go. I am using the Tasteful Labels dies. These ones I just love. The shapes are just a little bit unique, and they all have this awesome stitching. And I just think stitching really steps up a card. So we're going to use that to cut out our Happy Mother's Day. Now, if you can line that up and keep it lined up while you emboss, awesome. If you can't, then just grab a piece of washi tape and hold it still with the washi tape. So I'm going to give this a shot, seeing if I can do this in the screen. I may end up having to move it because I find this angle is a little bit challenging for me. For using my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the mini I'm using today because, of course, nice and small die, so we can easily run this through. Oops, I grabbed all of my plates, including my embossing plates for the mini boss. That's not going to work. So I just need plate 1 and then my 2 clear plates, my 2 clear number 2s. All right, and then I'll run that one through. Oh, that just slid on me a bit. Sorry, I'm just going to reline that up. There we go. Oh, don't slide on me. Why do you keep sliding? This is what I'm talking about. If that's going to keep sliding on you and it's going to be frustrating, you can just grab a piece of washi tape to hold that still. I'm going to give it one last try before I go to the washi tape. There we go. Got it. All right. So there you have it. Put our little mini balls off to the side. And there we have that cutout, and it's got all that awesome stitching on it. Okay, put these to the side. And put that die away before I lose it. I've been losing dies like crazy. I've got to be really careful right now. All right, and then this sentiment's going to pop on here with 2 mini dimensionals. There we go. Pull those off. Oh, come on, there. Pop that on there. And now we're going to embellish this with some rhinestones, and I'm actually going to use some champagne rhinestones. Ooh, just throwing things around. So these are the ones that kind of have that light pinkish tone to them. And I think that's not actually what I used on my original. I think on my original I used the faceted gems. So I'll show you just, they're quite similar and yet different enough. Oh, where did my faceted gems go? Well, I guess I won't be able to show you the difference between the two, but here, I'll just show you. The champagne rhinestones are a little bit shinier, sparklier. These have a little bit more of a milky look to them. And so, yeah, but both work really well because they tie in with this beautiful little butterfly down there. And there you have it. That is our finished card. So you can see that for really any occasion, you'd be able to make a ton of these with that quick background and these easy die cut butterflies. Change up the colors, change up the butterflies, and yeah, you've got some really fast but beautiful cards happening. All right, so I'm just going to switch my screen over again. There we go. Hi. So I hope you guys enjoyed that that quick and simple card, and that you learned a new technique. I was pretty excited when I figured out that you could just stamp that ink pad right onto your block and then use that to create a super fast, interesting background. No masking necessary, none of that. So pretty happy about that. So yeah, that's about it. I do have a few upcoming classes. I put a link in the description today for my upcoming A Touch of Ink card class. And actually, I should have pulled out this stamp set before. So this was one of our celebration stamp sets, and I do have an upcoming exclusive class. I only have 10 of these. So I can have a maximum of 10 participants, and the deadline to register for that is March 16th. You'll get the stamp set for free. Yeah, all the details are there on the link. And then this month I'm also offering $5 off to anybody who brings a friend to a class. So that's $5 off for you and $5 off for your friend. So when 2 of you register for the same class, you guys will get that discount on the class. So I do hope to see a bunch of you at my classes. My Butterfly Stamp Camp, the registration is done for that. I do have 1 package left of the $50 option, and that's the one that doesn't come with the stamp set or dies. You just get the paper, ribbon, and embellishments. So I have 1 left because, of course, with that one you were getting a half pack of the Butterfly Bijou paper that I featured today. And so I do have a half pack left over. Happy to use it up myself if nobody signs up, but I will be cutting for that class and then mailing everything out as soon as that order arrives. So the sooner you let me know, because there's just 1 spot left. So yeah, that's that's something that you guys can contact me about if you want more information, if you're wishing you had gotten in on that stamp camp. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to be doing some planning soon for April and sending out my April calendar. And looking forward to next week. It's spring break for me. My kids are still in school for one more week. So I thought I'd take advantage of a week at home alone to do, well, not really alone. They'll be at school and then home, but that daytime time, I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives every day of the week from Sunday through Saturday to celebrate spring break. It's my Stampin' the Rainbow extravaganza. I'm going to be stamping through the Stampin' Up! Colors and starting with red and finishing with gold. And each day I'm going to have some Stampin' specials as well. So hopefully you can join me for some of those. I'm aiming for 10 a.m. for each of those videos, but we'll see what happens. Life sometimes gets in the way. And yeah, that's everything, I think. There's so much happening right now. Such an exciting time. And great weather today, so off for a hike this afternoon. I hope you guys all have a fabulous Tuesday, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you soon. See you next Tuesday at the very latest. Bye.